My name is Danielle. I'm 29 years old, and this is going to be a healing diary for me. I'm about to embark on a kind of unique healing situation, and I decided to vlog this so that these videos can just live on the internet for anyone that goes through something similar. It's what I was looking for whenever I realized that I would be going on a healing journey shortly, and I couldn't find a lot of videos in relation to the situation that I'm going through. So in 2009, when I was 17 years old, I had a spinal fusion for my scoliosis. I'm fused from T3 to T12, which means nothing to us normal people. So from about the bottom of my neck to the middle of my back, I have like a series of screws that help stabilize my scoliosis from progressing. I had no issues after surgery, and it's been 11 years, so actually almost 12 years at this point, since I had that surgery. And like I said, I had no issues except for some minor back pain, usually alleviated through Pilates, yoga, strength training, and occasionally medication. But in May of 2020, a very unfamiliar pain started to present itself in my body. I have my normal pain, and then this pain was not familiar. So after a few days, I knew that I needed to go to the doctor, and I'll try to condense this very long story as much as I can. But basically, after going to two back pain specialists, I was written a script. They didn't help, and then eventually, as the weeks went on into like June, July of 2020, a mass started to grow out of my 2009 surgical scar. It was very fast growing, it was very painful, and I knew it couldn't be muscular because my surgical scar is pretty much right above my spine. It's like a weird spot for a muscle spasm or any sort of pulled muscle to happen. It looked very weird. It looked like a tumor, and I don't want to call it that because that's not what it ended up being, but it was just like a weird growth. I couldn't tell if it was an abscess or what it was. So after going to urgent care, having two doctors evaluate me there, they sent me to a general surgeon. In August of 2020, I had a surgery to remove the mass, and I started a wound vac, which I ended up wearing for 6 weeks. A wound vac is like a negative pressure therapy machine. You wear it 24/7. It can be kind of loud. It's just kind of annoying to wear, but it's actually a really amazing machine to help deep surgical wounds heal. And it's really not lost on me that 2020 was easily the year that I could have lost my health insurance, and 2020 ended up being the year that I needed it like never before. I feel incredibly lucky and blessed to have still been able to hold on to my health insurance in spite of everything that happened in 2020. So anyway, I wear the wound vac for 6 weeks. I'm really not healing the way that I should. My body is still showing signs of infection, and I ended up having another surgery in November of 2020, another 6 weeks of wearing the wound vac with a deep surgical wound. They ended up going in there again, trying to remove all the infected tissue to figure out what happened. And eventually, after that second surgery, after a lot of back and forth, after a lot of imaging, after a lot of tests, after a lot of second opinions, I've finally, one, found a team of doctors willing to work with me, and two, we realized that my hardware needs to come out. My body, the hardware is somehow infected. It's pretty rare to happen after 11 years, after having hardware in your body for so long. A late-term infection is very uncommon, but whenever infection does present itself, the hardware does need to come out. I found an orthopedic surgeon and a plastic surgeon that are both willing to work with me as a team to take out the hardware and remove whatever tissue needs to be removed, and then hopefully close me up. They've been very honest and realistic with me about what my healing is going to look like, and so I do have a feeling that I'm still going to come out of surgery with an open wound and possibly a third round with the wound vac, but I'm hoping they can close me up. We'll see, and I'm prepared for either. I'm documenting my healing situation here. So if by chance you know someone who has had a spinal fusion and a late term infection, massive cell growth infection situation, I would love to speak to them. I was able to find one other person on the internet that went through something similar. Our stories are really different though, and their story isn't mine to tell. But yeah, I really had to do some work to find someone that had been through this process before. So that's what this vlog will be about. And I've been so lucky, not only to have the village of people surrounding me and a great husband who jumped into caretaker role just a few months after getting married. He's been amazing this entire year, and I've also been lucky to not show any major symptoms of infection. And I know that's saying a lot with the whole growth thing. I started to feel it started to manifest itself more in January of 2021. I started to get more stabbing sensations that have just been increasing over the past couple weeks. Stabbing sensation, stinging sensation. It's like the hardware is just like wanting to get out of me, and at this point I'm ready to get it out too, so I can just move forward, close this chapter of my life and move forward. There's so many things on the other side of the surgery that I'm looking forward to, and I'm sure that's a feeling that is shared with people, that anyone that's going through a surgery that they have coming up, and a recovery that they have to get through. So I'm just going to be as transparent as possible with this page, because I'm hoping that if anyone does have to go through this, they can find information they need and know that they're not alone with a situation that has presented itself to them. So that's Danny's healing situation, and I'll post an update after my surgery. Much love.